All right, it's cold and windy, and I thought it was going to be warm, and it's not. Look at what we got. Private picking and peeking again. The little homies, don't pass on these guys, man. They're really good. This mask turned out to be not as good as I'd hoped. It's from Fun World, but I'll make money on it at 20 bucks. This is old school Mickey Mouse and Co. single stitch. It's got a little bit of green paint on it, but I paid 10 bucks. It's a good size. It's like I think they'd probably call it an XL, but it's probably a men's medium by modern standards. Large. Bob Dylan poster and a black light. Led Zeppelin, Dracula sealed, and then all of these games. I paid 100 bucks for these games, but that's basically this one's 35, and then the rest basically are filler. And then this I paid $60 for 14 games. So that math doesn't, 65? I was gonna say that math doesn't work out. And they all have the manuals. But that case is probably worth as much as most of the games. So storage is a good thing for vintage media.
Dad.
What? I love you.
Here we go now.
Yep, here we go. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we picked up 1 through 4 and left 6 the other day. There's 1, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we're going to leave 1 because I know I already have 1. This one might be better because it is older, but I don't know if I want to get a single. This store in Pekin is just absolutely... You don't have another donkey thing?
Yeah.
It's absolutely the worst. Like, it's such a junked up mess all the time. Here's a hat in the middle of adult diapers and cooking and house goods. Like, it's just, let's just take everything out and dump it on the shelf. And I guess if you were spending a couple hours, like I do at the clothes stores that are closer to me, going through everything, you'd sort it out. But it's aggravating now because I don't even know where to find similar items. This is not one, but these, be on the lookout for these. I guess this is a Bergner's, made in Taiwan. But these magazine racks, if they're a darker color and just a little more quality build, I think the Umanoff ones have better dowel posts. I'll throw up some comps for those. They're surprisingly good. And I think that if that one had been an Arthur Umanoff as opposed to Bergner's special from 10 years ago, it would have been the same price because it looks the same and most people don't know about it. So that's why I even thought to mention it. So I think as pickers, we are conditioned to pick up Harley Davidson stuff as a general rule. But at $5 a piece, I just don't know that either of these are worth the time it would take to do. This one's an extra large. This has just that hitch and then the buttons say Harley, and it doesn't have anything on the back. So I'm leaving these 2 pieces. Let me know, would you leave these? Because they're probably good, but are they as good as this? Like, it's a Y2K tag, America's Main Street, Spring Hill, Route 66 with that old car. That's a cool piece. Same price. I don't know if this shirt is something or not, but this tag is homage. Now it's made in China, but it has the hang tag and it is single stitch. So watch out for homage because I've been fooled. Okay, so this is $22, but it comes with the remote and it says Bose on it. So I'm reasonably confident it's worth getting, but I'm gonna look it up. Model AWRCC1. This might be a get. Oh, not at $19. Good God. Fisher. Not a terrible name brand, not a good name brand, not a good price. This is neat. What is this? Here's more of this phone situation, but this one isn't new. And I paid that for a huge bag full of them when I did so well. Here's more of the same. These Panasonic phones. This one's 3 for... And it has the clips, which helps because those clips will sell individually. I don't think I want to deal with parting those out. Or maybe I'll buy those 2 and part out everything. There is a Wii Fit board. What's funny about the Wii Fit board is the only time I've ever bought a Wii Fit board was in this store, and it was because the Wii was in there and they didn't know it. It was the Wii board and the console, and it was like $6. Okay, so this box is gross. This bad boy is factory sealed. Probably still not worth picking up for $7. But it's not every day that you find a factory seal on Nintendo stuff in a thrift store. Well, the solds on the sealed ones are $75, $80. And this Bose thing is insane. And I don't know what this is yet, but I suspect it's probably supposed to have a remote, but it's missing it. But I think I'm gonna get it. I don't know what the price is. $15. Let me look it up. So Nancy Drew books are not great, but they'll be fine. These salt and pepper, vintage salt and pepper shakers are pretty cool for $3. T-shirts $5, hats $3. The Mickey Mouse books we're not getting. This is $22, and this is $7, and this is $15, and the Hokas are $6. Do you guys do this? Like, I'm so confident in this and this that I'm gonna go ahead and this, that I'm gonna go ahead and get this even though I'm on the fence on it, because like these are wins, and even if that's a base hit, I'm still scoring a lot of points. So this at $5 is about 30 plus shipping anyway, which is crazy. Are you doing a potty dance? You do have to go to the potty? So I mentioned in the last video something about the floor mats, and that's the kind of thing I would be doing if I were trying to recession-proof my store. And I don't like to say things like that because I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know if there's going to be a recession. I don't know how deep it's going to go. I don't know who it's going to affect. But there are some general principles that we can think about. People are still going to have to drive cars. And so things to make your car nicer, if people have extra money, they'd be doing that. Things to, I think I said the same thing on HVAC, or maybe that video hasn't released yet because I did 40 items and the video ended up an hour long on Sunday night. And so I'm having trouble getting it edited, and it's boring and it's long. So anyway, you'll hear me say it again on the HVAC stuff. Things to fix your stuff to make it last longer, such as car parts, such as appliance parts. That's the kind of thing that I would be focusing on if I was trying to hedge against a heavy recession that may or may not be coming. I'm not hedging my bets that way because right now what I'm doing is working. But thinking about where you have to spend money instead of where you want to spend money. And then if it doesn't get bad and people still have some want to spend money, things like hard copies of video games. So like hard copies of video games, games like board games, things that have a returning value rather than things like one-off paint, consumable, reusable stuff that is optional. Like shampoo's not optional, paint is optional, that kind of thing. Makeup probably isn't going to do as well in a recession because it's something that you don't have to have. And none of this is groundbreaking, and none of it's new, and none of it's really my ideas. Are just me regurgitating things I've heard other people say that seem to make sense. But that's where I would be if I was trying to hedge bets against a coming recession. I would probably personally get into auto parts, trying to figure out a way to buy. And if I could find them, I would, because even in non-recession, people like to fix old cars. And people like to try to fix it themselves instead of pay a mechanic. So, that parts to fix things for a do-it-yourselfer who wants to save money. Appliances, cars, expensive things that people may not have the money to replace in a recession. That's what I would focus on. But I'm not focusing on that because what I'm doing is working, and I'm trying to be positive about the future. Hospital, charity, thrift, nearly new. We have done incredibly well in here a handful of times. Feels like it's either feast or famine. I either find nothing or the things that I find are worth a fortune, but everything is cheap. So, see what happens. This looks interesting. $8. I can't see what's the tag on it. Love Bunch 1991. I think we're going to be much more famine than feast here today. So yeah, nothing today. And here we are at a charity thrift store that supports the local Lutheran elementary school. And this one, I never found anything spectacular, but I normally find a handful of cool things. Okay, this is 100% a get. NFS. And tell me, and I'll mention it in a couple minutes. If you know who that is, put it in the comments. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the Mickey Mouse version of a glowworm. I didn't know that existed. I'm gonna look it up. So for $2, he should be like 15, but there's 30 of them listed and there's only 6 sold. And he's supposed to have a yellow hat that matches his shirt. So I'm gonna skip it, but that's pretty neat. Did you guess? It was from Robin Hood, the chicken that is made Marion's like handmaiden. I have all of these clothes, and I do okay here from time to time. I think we're gonna get this sweatshirt because it's $4. I started to look and then I thought I should show you guys. Evie found a big pretty flower that she's gonna put back, and she found some Mickey Mouse toys. Nothing good. Nothing good. I didn't realize stuff was half price. I probably should have bought a bunch of those little plushes. Evie got something.
Yeah, and it does Mickey Mouse stuff, and I don't know the rest of the stuff that I got, but let's hit it.
Let's hit it?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get all buckled?
Yeah.
Did Dad get buckled?
No.
All right. We'll do that and then we'll go. Okay, so we're pretty much going to wrap up our day here at the Hope Chest, I think. Yeah, we'll probably hit Goodwill in East Peoria too. I haven't bought anything really good here in a long time. Probably 6 months ago, I bought a table and chairs that I made a bunch of money on right at the beginning of the year. So I guess it was 3 or 4 months ago. But Smalls, easy stuff. They either just don't have it, somebody gets to it before me, or it's so overpriced that it's comical. But we're gonna try. I'm hoping to find something good. So this is interesting. If it's not super overpriced, $35. That's insane. So these bookends are priced individually. Ow, I just punched you in the face. I'm sorry. This is cool. $6.99. Iowa has the remote. And that yellow thing, orange tag means they tested it. Woohoo, toys. There's a whole bunch of Minnie Mouse stuff. Ooh. Is that Polly Pocket? It is not. It's mousse, which makes it like Shopkins or something. But if you find stuff this size that's Polly Pocket, it'll say Bluebird and can be really, really good. Bunch of little figurines, but nothing outstanding. Nothing exciting that I see. Well, that's an interesting looking plush. Some kind of griffin. $2. Does it have Disney? Othello, 99 cents travel. I counted it. It's all complete. Probably not worth a fortune, but still a cool piece. This one at 99 cents is sealed and probably $25. So far I'm only spending $2. So we ended up with just two 99-cent board games. And it's not, the only thing that was really overpriced was the Suzanne Summers poster, which you could buy that and have it shipped to your house cheaper than buying the one that had pinholes in it framed at this thrift store. So that's kind of sad, but and not even a new one. A new one you can get for like $9. The ones that vintage one is a cool collectible thing, but you can buy it for $25 shipped, and they want $35, and the one you're buying for $25 shipped is better, probably in better condition. So we ended up spending $2, but it wasn't for overpricing this time. It was for lack of anything interesting to look at all. And that's just the breaks. They probably had a bunch of stuff yesterday and somebody else bought it. We're going to go to, while I'm talking bad about them, there is a line of people out the door for their food pantry, which is what the thrift store supports. And so they do a fantastic work. I think their pricing structure could use some work. But they can sell enough stuff to support the food pantry, and that's important. So we're going to hit Goodwill in East Peoria before we head home. East Peoria Goodwill, where I used to have a whole lot of luck, but I don't come in very much anymore. Let's see what we can do. Look, vintage. Flight.
Dad, what?
How old are they?
Dad, what?
I'm looking 2000. Oh, they're missing a big chunk. What are those? Why is my flashlight on? I don't think I got anybody those will fit.
So you'll see people coming up to your car, grabbing stuff off, and I thank them. Take as much as you want.
Right? You.
Look like she.
So first up, 829. This Sony Explode is something really cool to keep an eye out for. I don't know if, you don't know if it works until you get it home, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Evie found a squash and a Marshall. So these hanging lantern things are $5 a piece, but I think my wife will want them. This is an oil diffuser. It's $2.59. I'm gonna Google Lens search it and see what it is. Like brand, $2.59. I'm just gonna take a chance on this. I don't know. It's cool. And then that Explode. But then look at these. I'm thinking about these. Illinois football. So is that Illinois State University? It's a snapback. It says 1990 on it. And there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I don't know. I think for $12 I might be able to buy those and make my money back every time I sell one. Now we are in the media section, and I picked up a cassette and a CD so that I can plug that in and make sure it works before I leave. So the CD and the cassette both work really good. So for $8.29, now I know, and I don't have to bring it back if it doesn't work. I don't know nothing about this yet, but I wasn't gonna leave it there for $2.50. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hats, and I had 2 people approach me about those hats. So I suspect they're probably pretty good. This was 50 cents and is probably $12. These my wife will like, and this I didn't comp, but at $8 I don't think I can get hurt too bad, especially since I know that it works. I am back at this Goodwill with all 4 of those children. Okay, so these lugs are vintage, and for my brother, I think they're the right size too. This is $2.59, and probably for my father-in-law. Hold on a second. This is Levi's find, and $1.99 is a really good find. This is mine, and $1.99 is a less good find. VCRs with the blue stripe are good. I may have to buy a remote for this. And then this at $7.19, really big Winchester mirror. Suspect that's a really good piece. Levi pulling down some more heat, $5. This should sell for $30. Asher found a book that he wants to keep, and I just found these boots for $7.99. That is not all over print by any means. Breed Firefighters, Irish Firefighters. This is a vintage shirt, but it's probably $5. Yeah, we're gonna pass on that.
And then
But this, that's a new Billie Eilish hoodie for $7.25. So that was a long day, lots of thrifting, lots of cool stuff, but also lots to get listed. So I'm going to get at that. Thank you for watching this far. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one, guys.